Hello, Friendlings. I'm Claude from Chicago. We are here for real people with real creativity in real time. Friendlings, never give up, and I want on you. This is my first live stream with my brand new microphone, which is a CM Tech, the one with the button, not with the knob. It cost me about $15 on Amazon. I think my audio levels are actually fine. This is the first time I think ever where my audio levels are actually hot on the thing. Oh my gosh! I don't have to lean forward and talk to just get in the ambient, and I don't have to yank it up. I can actually just turn it down. Like, oh my god, that's like the first time. I don't know what's gonna happen when I scream. I think it's gonna like pop. So this microphone that I got, the CM Tech, I'm not condoning it yet. You guys will be the ones that condone it or not, because you guys will listen to the stream more than I do. Except for the videos, I guess I'll listen to the videos back. But this is a short test stream. There really isn't. I mean, it's not a short test stream. I mean, it'll still be about like 50-ish minutes. But yeah, we're just here to see what this new microphone sounds like. I want to see how it plays and some adjustments that I need to make. It's a lot longer of a neck on the microphone. And yeah, well, the first person that gets read in the chat with the new microphone is the Sith Lord 1019. Thank you so much, Sith, for coming out to the stream. Let me know how the new microphone is sounding. If there's any issues, any problems, let me know. It did work, but this is the new microphone. Now, the one thing with the new microphone that I do not know is it is actually, the neck is so long on the microphone. It is very long, so I could sit back in my chair and actually play the game without like ruining my neck, which is weird because I haven't ever done that ever. Back in my chair and actually not, because you guys will listen. Yeah, we're just here to see with the new microphone that I do not know is Love Chicago. We are here for real people with real creativity in real time. Tech up, I can actually just turn it. Tech up, I can actually just turn it. Tech up, I can actually just turn it. I actually don't know what I unplugged, to be honest with you. I actually don't know what I unplugged, to be honest. Don't know what I unplugged. I actually don't know what I unplugged, to be honest. Sith Lord says your audio is back. I think I'm gonna rename the stream with a different thumbnail, like just as a literal test. I hate to waste 19 on the net title of this screen because I feel like so. I'm gonna change it to 17.5. We're changing the stream to that. Let's go back to the stream. Yeah, there's something wrong with it. It's not the microphones. There's nothing wrong with the microphone that I had. It's just a port on my PC is, I guess, bad. What did I unplug, though? I unplugged something, but I don't know what I unplugged. I guess an external hard drive, I'm guessing? Surprised this cord goes that far. Well, I personally do not like the sound of this audio at all. So I think I'm going to return this microphone, even though it's $15. I know it was supposed to be a backup microphone. I do like how my neck isn't, like, super killing me. But shout out to Sith Lord for giving me the shout out. Sith Lord, what do you think? Do you like this audio? I do like the little button on it. There's a mute button on my microphone, which is nice because then I don't have to actually like physically leave my my game. I don't have to. Well, I used to have a Stream Deck. I mean, I still do have the Stream Deck, but I don't have it set up anymore. And the reason why is because I didn't have a port for it anymore. Plus, every time I kept updating it, it wasn't working. So, Sith Lord says the audio is back. Well, until we figure that out, I'm just going to play a little bit here. We're going to call this 17.5. It's okay, a little louder than usual. Okay. I'm going to listen to this back after this stream's over, and I'm going to make a determination, and I might return it. Not because... I mean, I'm so used to listening to the Guitar Hero microphone, and this is a CM Tech from Amazon, and like I said, it was only $15. For a $15 microphone that has this long of a neck, I'm honestly surprised that this is still a deal if you didn't have a microphone. I mean, it still looks cool, and it has a cool little button to turn it off. There's two of them. There's two CM Techs. There's this one, and then there's a volume knob. I didn't want the knob. I just wanted the on and off switch because the knob, I really wouldn't see a use into that. I did turn down my microphone a little bit, but I mean it is hot. It is hot. Like you said, it is loud, which is hot in terms of the audio world for people that do not know. But I'm gonna determine. I'm not sure what the Amazon return window is, but maybe we'll do like maybe one or two streams of this. We're gonna call this episode 17.5 because this was gonna be a short stream. It wasn't gonna be super long. Get a USB multi-port and plug it into the stable port. I think that's honestly that's the plan. The back of because the port that I have on it on the computer, because you told me this was the thing, and then Zach Daily Games told me this was the problem multiple times actually. Sid Lord told me this problem was like 3 times, and then Zach told me it was a problem. So now I was like, I know I'm not going crazy. I know Sid's not going crazy. Usually you need a couple people to confirm that it's like, well, you only really need one person to confirm that it's going bad, but I just thought I didn't plug it in the first time all the way, and like it came loose over like 2 years of me not replugging it back in. You know what I'm saying? And then apparently it just kept getting worse and worse. But I think that port is actually just bad now. That's unfortunate because I spent so much money on this computer, but it is what it is. It's pre-built, whatever. You should build your own PC. I didn't have the time to do that at the time for the real fans that know. But yeah, we're just going to do a little stream here, see what's going on, get some Casharuni going through. And yeah, I'll go from there. We're going to wake up these guys because these guys don't actually sell pumpkins, so they don't need to sleep. They can stay up all night if they want to. These guys are the most important ones. So I guess I'll talk about some of the stuff I was doing off stream, which I shouldn't probably call this episode 17.5 because I don't know. Tomorrow I think I'm gonna do a stream. I think I'm gonna do a little stream tomorrow. Be later in the night though. I wouldn't say this late though. I would not say it would be going on this late. But let me just Well, considering it's a filler episode, sort of episode thingy, and I'm determining if the mic is good, I'll stop saying that. So I did do a little playing offline while I was recording, of course. My microphone, I don't know if it actually recorded the audio because that port is now officially determined to be bad. What was I doing? So I cut some more trees down, as you see in here. Here's a bunch of trees and a bunch of logs. I did not move my items because I just felt like that's something I should be on the stream to do. But what I did do was kind of determine like roughly how far I wanted this to come out. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, I'm determining that roughly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's technically 8 because this is on the block. I've kind of said that this is roughly the outline of how far the dirt needs to go, that we can kind of keep roughly the same shape. Some spots will be longer, some spots will be shorter, but just the rough estimates of how I kind of want this mountain to curve. Speaking of, maybe we should determine how tall this mountain is right now. I mean, that would be a good spot. I don't know how tall I would want it to go, but it would be kind of a good idea to figure out how tall I could make it go, because this is not the right height. It is a beautiful design, how I kind of like it like that, but I'm not sure how tall I want it to go. But before we do something crazy, we're going to grab a couple buckets of water. Maybe 3 of them, to be specific. Grab 3 of them. And then we're going to take a nap because I think this... Nope, this is not a thunderstorm. This is just the normal weather. It's a mini pop or a Minnesota. Bruh. Where's my beds? I don't want to take my black bed. My black bed's like my permanent bed that's just for this spot. Alright, yeah, let's just determine what the height is, I guess. So it's going to be roughly 7 blocks, 7, let's just say 7 to 10, but I've been just doing 7. Just slowly picking it off like that. Just to come out for the flat. The flat would be determined, for people who are curious, is like this. I know this isn't flat, but it is flat, and then it's just going to drastically go up. We're currently at the level of y is 60, y 60. So maybe if we go up to so we're at y 60. Maybe we'll go up to just, should we do just 64, which would put us above like +4? It's kind of crazy to think about this entire world is going to be underground. Like, I mean, we could just keep the theory is and just keep everything under -0 or -0. So it should be coming up soon. This should be 0 right here. Now, this is taller than that. I'm going to put a little torch up here just in case. I don't think anything will be a problem, and I hope I don't die from this. If I died from that, I would be freaking out. Alright, let's take a look and see how that looks in terms of height. Now, of course, like I said, it's not going to be completely just straight up. It's going to be like a mountain. It's going to be an untraversable mountain. Unless you know which way to go up. If that's the height of it, and we have dirt, stone, grass, basalt, netherrack, all those, we're going to use all the blocks that we possibly can. But I think that's probably like a decent height. I actually kind of want to fill it in. I kind of want to see how it looks like filled in. It's going to be a lot of block. There's going to be a lot of dirt just to fill it in for no reason. But I'm going to actually use dirt from a different, a chest. Like one of our dirt chests, the one that are sitting around their entire map that we're not using. Let's grab some of those. We have a few extra pieces there. I love root beer. It's my favorite non-soda. Root beer is good. I had A&W yesterday night. My dad loves A&W. I'm not a fan, but my dad loves it. He used to give it to us all the time as a kid. He would always make us like root beer floats, and he would always use A&W. And he used to take us to not all the time, but he would take us to the A&W place. I think it was in Matson. I think that was the closest one, which was like I think that's Will County. I think that's Will County. It could be wrong. It's pretty far from Chicago. For people that are curious, it's about like 30, 45 minutes, depending on if you get luck on the expressway. But just say like about 30 minutes, like south. And even if it is still Cook County, whatever, I mean, still, it was 30 minutes south from Chicago. He would always get that for us, and I didn't really like the root beer floats because I just didn't like A&W. Now, my favorite pop, even though I don't like Coke like that, is I love Barks root beer. Love Barks root beer. That's probably my favorite. Mug is, I love Mug for the meme. I love the guy, Mug root beer. He's one of the funniest people. But I would not say Mug root beer is my favorite. No, I do love the meme. And I love that Mug, like, always comments on that guy's post. And it's funny because they always comment on his post, but he's not sponsored. That's just his thing. Mug. But I do enjoy the Mug root beer. Sorry, no, I don't enjoy it. I mean, it's good. It's okay. The Splurts or the Schlurzers or whatever it's called, that one is kind of okay. I mean, I wouldn't go out the way to get it, but if it's there, I'd drink it. But root beer, Barks root beer, I would go with a root beer over any other pop if I had a chance. Just because it's sweet. It should be sweet, like Barks, but doesn't mean that it always will be. Now, people are going to be asking me, Claude, why are you doing this? This is just to get a rough idea of what this is going to look like. Of course, there's going to be more detail. Of course, there's going to be more variety to this. But we're just taking a look and seeing what this is going to genuinely look like. I think if we did this mountain to the right height and the right depthness, this is probably going to come out to maybe about there where that water is gone. You see that right there? Probably will come out there, or at least something like that. So we're just getting a rough idea of how this is going to look. So if we stay at 0, if the total height is 0, this means that this is 60 blocks from the top dirt or grass block down there. It's still pretty high. I mean, it's 60 blocks up, and it's not a stack, which is good to know because that means that mentally in my head, it's not changing it very much in terms of the math, but it will in turn change the I'd be like, oh yeah, okay, at least each row is less than a stack. So I'll say 4. So every 8 I'll get, or not 8, every 16 I'll get like 1's extra stack. You know, I don't know. Somebody do the math in the chat. But welcome to the stream, Zach Daily Games. Zach says, what are you building? We're just making the dirt outline for our wall just to see what the height is. I'm actually streaming with my brand new microphone, and unfortunately, Sith Lord let me know that it was still having a problem. So we have determined that the microphone that I was using for the last over 6 years was actually not the problem. The microphone was not the problem. Unfortunately, it wasn't a $15 fix. Unfortunately, the microphone, it's the port on my PC that's bad. The port on my PC is bad, and that is something that I cannot fix without like completely changing out my motherboard or whatever. I don't actually know how to do that, but I believe you would have to change out your entire port on your motherboard. It's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate, but I said at the beginning of the stream, I appreciate Zach, and I appreciate Sith Lord for telling me multiple times it has been broken. I appreciate you both for telling me it's been broken. But I plugged in my microphone into a different port, which I believe I unplugged my external hard drive. If not, I'm going to find out what I unplugged later when I need it. But I believe I unplugged my external hard drive, so the microphone's in a different spot. It's very unfortunate, but it is what it is. Yeah, if you think the microphone sounds good, I'm not from when I was listening back to it, I'm not sure if I'm a big fan of it. I mean, if you guys think that it's good, I don't know what the return window is on Amazon, but this is a CM Tech microphone. It's the long neck one. It's for like Zoom calls / business meetings. It's the one with the push button, not with the wheel. So it's the blue one. Even though my computer setup is red, like it's like a red setup, I got the blue one because, I mean, I wasn't going to buy the red turn knob. I think that would just be stupid. I honestly think it would have been stupid, so I didn't buy that. All right, we're going to risk it here. But if you guys think the microphone sounds good, I won't return it. This is literally a test stream. We're saying this is a 17.5. I'm going to have to go change the thumbnail after this, but... So this would be the height of the world. Now, of course, this church is going to come up just a little bit taller. This will be their main church. Maybe we build another cathedral in the Minecraft? Do we build another cathedral in Minecraft, guys? That would probably be the only building that I want to knock down. I guess I'll talk about my plans and ambitions up here while this is kind of like just a what's it called? A test stream now. So my plans and ambitions. Of course, we're building our house here, which will have the auto sorter. If not an auto sorter, a big sorting system here. Probably we'll dig this out and have this all filled in with, like, a basement and stuff like this. And I was thinking about this too. Of course, this bridge would only be accessible by me. The villagers would not have the rights to do that. So I was thinking that on this side of the river that we dig down and we build an underwater channel, like a tunnel, that goes underneath here. That's hopefully below the water line. Preferably below the water line. I think I can do that. That is not exactly how we're going to get the villagers in, but that will give me the way to get the secret access through our tunnel, through the air quote mountain, through our mountain, so that we can go visit the rest of the world. Of course, the villagers will not know that this mountain is an artificial mountain. I was also having some really big brain thoughts when I was sitting there in the shower last night. I was thinking that this here or this here, because this one's probably a lot larger to do this. I was thinking of doing something like you would see in, I don't know what you would call it. I don't remember. The Mission? I want to say it was The Mission. Well, I would say it would be The Mission, yes, but not exactly that. Maybe Up, maybe... It's just inspiration from a bunch of, like, movies. The Crystal Skull, maybe? Like, like inspiration from... This one's probably a lot larger. 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 This one's probably a lot larger.
Okay, so you want to find out why your microphone's not working. First thing to check, go down to your start button, bottom left, and you're searching for privacy settings. Just type that in there, and it should appear down here under best match. Click on that. Then select privacy and security down here. And then in this list, you'll find microphone, so select it. And what you want to make sure is that this setting is on, microphone access. Also, this setting is on, let apps access your microphone. And then just look through this list of apps and make sure any apps that you're trying to use your microphone with have their setting as on in this list. Now, there are other apps in Windows that will use your microphone. So you can see I use Camtasia here to record these videos, and it's always worth just checking that in the app itself you have your microphone on and the start button.
Testing. Testing. Alright, it's back. We're gonna keep watching this tutorial real quick.
Correct microphone selected. Okay, so try that.
Alright.
If that doesn't work,
my brother.
go down to the little speaker icon.
Okay, I'm on the speaker
taskbar,
icon.
Bottom right of the screen. Right click on it and go to sound settings.
Okay.
Now, if you scroll down here, you'll see a section for input, and you want to make sure that.
Dude, where the hell did you go to the sound settings?
And go to.
Dude, that is not on my computer. Huh. I honestly don't know why this would be a problem.
Sound settings. Now, if you scroll down.
We can hear you now. Man, this is unfortunate. Alright. Well, so, the Crystal Skull, where was it at? So the flooding mountains would shoot the water over, right? It would shoot the water over. And then I think we might do something similar on this side. It's not actually that big, so maybe we'll actually do it over here now that I'm looking at that. You know, big mountains all the way around. And then I want to incorporate the different types of wood. Even though I kept this tree here for so long, I think I'm going to cut it down. I honestly do not like that tree. I don't like how that formed. I do not like how that worked. I just don't like this tree here. So we'll probably get rid of that. And then build all the little village houses just like this style. Maybe we'll switch a couple of those out. I'm definitely making this building bigger. So I think I'm going to chop this one down and make it out of a new kind of block. Make this all like a little villager town. Make some more villagers' houses over here. Make some more houses over here. Make this a little pondish thing. Make some more houses here. And then I think I'm going to continue making a public wheat field here for the villagers to run around and harvest stuff. Because I do want this place to be completely safe on this side of the water. So that, well, these villagers in here will be trapped permanently. They're not going to go anywhere. But I do want villagers to walk around our town and, like, do villager things. So this doesn't look like it's just everyone's trapped. I want this to be brought alive. So those are some of my thoughts and my ideas behind that. The Crystal Skull. My thoughts and my ideas. All right, I want to just check my microphone every once in a while. I actually don't know what the problem is with the microphone. So it's not the microphone that's not the problem, and it's not the port that's the problem. Because I switched the port. I got a new microphone. I switched the port. It's plugged in 100%. So I'm really just shook about what this problem actually is. It's probably some sort of, my drivers need to be updated. I haven't updated I don't think I've updated my drivers in a minute. So I think after the stream's over, I'm going to go update my drivers. But it's just upsetting. All right. So now we got a really rough outline of how this is going to look. So this is going to be the height from our from the highest that we're probably going to be is this church will probably go up to maybe about like here. It's not going to go much higher. So that's the top. Of course, it's not going to be a flat top. The top is going to be curved or will have some sort of detail. It will look like this and it will go back. So it's going to look like a mountain. It will look like a mountain. But I think that height is good there from their tallest point in the map. So nobody knows. There will be a spot in our map, and it's not going to be in our waterfall because I kind of actually like it. Maybe it will be over here because I want one villagers to come up to the top of the church or the cathedral, whatever we decide to rebuild this as, and say, why does that look like there's something more out there and it doesn't look super deadly? Something else is out there. So he'll eventually escape, or she will eventually escape and just escape, not through that hole, but just knowing the fact that there is something else out there. Not just this. And I think maybe on this side too, considering where my house will be. But I think this looks good. We're just kind of like looking at... I don't have an extra boat on me. Just from different angles. You know, it does look weird, considering it is just dirt just sitting there right now. That is very weird. But overall, if you just let me know what you guys think the microphone, if you like the sound of it, if you don't like the sound of it, because I do have a return window, and I will definitely go back to my old microphone, which I think sounded better, but I didn't really long-term test this. But, I mean, I could always keep this too as a backup. I mean, it was only $15, but I mean, $15 is $15, you know what I'm saying? As a person that counts every cent they have, you could get $15 back. I could always just leave this here for my other microphone breaks. But good thing I did not throw that microphone out. But I do like the long neck of this because I can actually, like, for example, right now, I'm sitting back in my chair. And I can actually, first off, I'm going to purposely mute the microphone right now. I'm going to unmute my microphone. So I do have a button on my microphone so I can just turn it off. It is a long neck, and it's actually quite decent enough that I can, that it's, what's it called? Like, I can move it forward if I needed to, too. And I can lean in. I just don't like how it is a bendy microphone. I feel like eventually that is going to fail and get the cord fatigue that Sith Lord told us a long time ago. Zach says, is this the new mic? Is the new microphone using a USB port? It is using a USB port, yes. All my microphones have been using USB ports. The back of my computer, I thought was the problem. That's the one that we've been using for like the entirety of this new computer. That's not the problem. And the port that I'm using now, which is on the front of the computer, by the on and off button, right? That is giving me issues as well. But I don't have anything plugged in where my old microphone is. So it shouldn't be a power issue because I pulled out my old microphone. That's not plugged in. So yeah. It's a little confusing. But well, I'm going to go. I think after the stream's over, I'm going to go try to find my drivers. I think in my GeForce, it will allow me to take a look and update the drivers from there. That is a good thing about this computer is I don't actually have to go download the drivers through like the back-end website. I can actually just look in the one thing and press download. But like I said, I don't think I've ever downloaded them. Microsoft can sometimes turn off USB ports to save power. You have to tell Microsoft not to go in the power saving mode. It's a setting. Okay, thank you, Zach. I'm gonna take a picture on my phone. Let me take a picture on my phone of what you commented so I can like look at this when I shut my computer down. What do you guys think about the height of this? Thank you, Zach, for letting me know, because that could be the problem. And if you guys think you like the sound of this and the return window's big, I'll keep it. We'll do a couple more streams. Tomorrow night, I'm going to hopefully have this power issue stuff figured out. But I want to just do like a long-term stream where I don't have the audio issues and I can actually just like do things. This was more of a sort of test stream. I'm going to change the title of this and change it to something different. Well, not the new microphone, but I'm going to change it to like 17.5 or whatever the number is. I think I changed it to 17.5. Uncheck allowed computer to turn off device to save power. Massive shout out. All right, I think I'm going to take a look. Let's try to look at this now when we have a tech here. But I'm just taking a look at this mounted from all different angles. Now, of course, this is going to be the same as the back. I think a big chunk of it from probably about here up will be dirt, grass, etc. This will be cobblestone, basalt, smooth stone, smooth bricks. Just a whole bunch of random blocks because we got to figure out how to make stuff look different considering we don't have a ton of different things. All right, let's take a look at our audio settings real quick with Zach being here. We're going to go to let me type this into Google real quick. Okay, to enable or disable, allow the computer to turn off device, open device manager, right click on a specific device, which would be, I guess, audio inputs. Here we go. Okay. Right click on a specific device. Select properties. Okay. Go to power management. I don't see that setting there. Maybe I'm not doing in the right section here. Audio inputs? No. Device is working properly. Huh.
Hey friends, if the guide you through the resolution. Scroll down and select the option for driver key. Okay, this is the driver key. In the left pane and hit enter for this key named PNP capabilities.
Is Bluetooth, etc. If you double click on any of these, what you want to look for is something over here in this area that says power management. Now you don't see one on the Bluetooth device, but let's go down to the USB input device. There you see power management.
Bruh. Bro, why would it not be there? I'm checking all my places. Okay, universal serial bus controller USB command. Bro, why can't I find this? Okay, well that's a good start. That's the right section. It should be there. Yeah, it says audio inputs and outputs. And then I got my high definition. I got my mic check. Mic tech, which is what I'm using. But it's not popping up. I see the other stuff. Huh. And it does have the log, which is kind of cool that it keeps the log in there. Alright, well, I think I'm going to take a look at that off stream. We're just not going to do that now because I really don't have the patience to do that right now on stream. Even though I should. I need to go, like, get like what Mumbo Jumbo does. I got to go look at some cabinets. I need to go get up, walk around, look at some cabinets, and come back. But I think this looks good. But I'm going to just take a look real quick.
If you click on there, and you see that it is turned on where it says allow the computer to turn off this device to save power, you want to unclick that and turn it off. Now let's look at another one and see if
okay, where did I go to do? Human interface devices. Okay. USB input device. Hold on. Here we go. Power management. Oh my gosh,
has the same
Zach,
thing.
you're so big brain.
That one does not. I'm going to click again just to make sure that one is turned off. Sometimes when you plug a new USB device into your computer, you may want to check here to see if the power management feature is controlling that USB device. Another area that you want to definitely check is in your port settings, just to make sure there's nothing going on there. And lastly, but most importantly, your universal serial bus controllers. They are full of USB lines here, and just go down each one, double click on it. If you see where it says power management, click on it just to make sure that allow the computer to turn off this device to save power is not checked. I'm going to do it again. Just to make sure. Management.
All right, I turn off. Okay, I think I actually have my microphone muted still. Let me see if I get a nice echo back. All right, I turn off. Okay, I think I actually have my microphone muted still. All right. Okay, so so I wrote down the steps on how to turn it off. I didn't turn them all off. I turned off universal serial bus controllers. Now, if you guys are watching the videos or watching the live streams back, from this point on, if you hear it turn off, because I obviously don't watch my live streams back like that. I'll skip around and I'll watch some of my live streams back. But if you hear anything from here on out, let me know and I'll go through and I'll turn off all the other ones. There's like 8 or 9 different devices. But I appreciate Zach for. All right, well, we're going to go back to here. All right, well, we're going to go back to here. All right, we're going to go back and we're going to check this one more time. We can hear again. Okay. We're going to check one. We're going to turn them all off right now. So where did I go? Device manager. And the other guy said to go to the first section.
To turn off this device to save power there.
Which is in human interface devices. Why is there like 10 of them in here? There's more than that. USB input device. Let's just go to the bottom. Let's go bottom up. Turn off. Check. Turn off. Check. Like, come on, bro. What is up with Microsoft? Turn off. Check. We're in a third one. Fourth one's off. Fifth one's off. Sixth one's off. Seventh one's off. Eighth one's off. There's 8. Okay, so we're just now we went to we're gonna star that one, and then we're gonna star this one, and we're gonna call this human interface devices, and then we're going to say USB input device, and then we're going to go 1 through 8. All right. Well, there's another 8 that I can turn off. No, these are already off. It looks like it says vendor. These look. I'm just gonna check them while we're here because I'm not doing this again if I don't have to. All right. Man, I appreciate you, Zach and Sith Lord, for going through this and your patience. These ones are already off. All right, these are off based on the vendor. Turn them all off right now. Now. Testing. Now. All right, we should be good. Testing. Sorry, we should be good. All right, that should be the last echo. All right, from this point on. I thought it would tell you how much you have open on your computer, but I thought it would tell you how much you have open on your computer, but I thought it would tell you how much you have open on your computer, but. Okay, well, we can hear again. Okay, well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna figure this out. I'm gonna go update my drivers right now. I'm gonna take a shower. I'm gonna update my drivers, take a shower. I probably should do my workout. I didn't get to do it earlier. I definitely got to do my workout. I ate a little too much calories today. Well, I think that's where we're going to end it while you guys can hear me. Well, thank you, Zach, for showing me that. It was not those settings. So do I turn those settings back on? I'm going to probably turn them. I'm going to keep them off for now. I'm going to go see if there's a driver update if in my GeForce. If not, we'll go from there. I'm just going to, yeah, I'm going to call that there. That's unfortunate. It was supposed to be a short stream. It was not the microphone problem. It is definitely another problem. So thank you, Zach and Sith Lord, for coming on out. Thank you, Zach, for helping me figure out these little things. We're working with it. We're working through it. And I'm going to listen back to the microphone and see if it is a good thing. I would love to go a whole stream without me having problems. I could just sit there. All right, have a great rest of your night, everybody. I love you guys so much. I'll talk to you soon. I am Claude from Chicago. And remember, a real friendly makes their own luck.